How's it going, guys? Today I wanted to talk about what my most creepiest map in Zombies is. A lot of people, they'll choose Verruckt, Mob of the Dead, Zetsubou no Shima, and for good reason. They have unique atmospheres and all that stuff going for them, and they're very great themselves, but none of them kind of leave me nervous or unnerving like Dire Eyes does. Dire Eyes for me, like I said, it just it leaves me nervous when, say, I've got everything set up and I'm just kind of sitting back camping in the Buddha room, or you're just exploring the map and it's just the silence that kind of gets to me. Dire Eyes was the last map to not really have a soundtrack with it. Mob of the Dead, that started the whole music during certain areas or rounds or whatever. And it's because of, the lack of that I feel it really kind of emphasizes how lonely and how the situation is. You could make the argument for Transit, and that does give a great apocalyptic feel. But it's just being on top of these towers, looking down at the fog, and you're not knowing where the ground is. You look up and you can see the sun and the moon at the same time. It's daytime and nighttime. And that is one of the coolest skies in any Zombies map, honestly. But with that, it just kind of gets you thinking, like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? And then you got the meteors and all the earth rubble or whatever just kind of falling to earth. And Jared just puts things into perspective for you. And it's not the only thing, but that's probably one of the main points why. Now when you're playing as Samuel, you can hear the zombies actually talking to you. And I remember playing and I heard that, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, oh, who did that? Did I go past something? Is this part of the music, or is it an Easter egg or what? And then I couldn't get it happening again because I was playing as someone else. And admittedly, it did kind of get a bit annoying. But if you haven't played Dire Eyes in a while and you go back to it, it really does set it up for you. And I think if that was in every other map that Samuel was in, him hearing zombies, I don't think it would have been as special because we would have been used to it like in Transit. And of course they could have done that with Verruckt and how he said he could always hear voices in his head. And it would have been cool to hear that, but admittedly, we all kind of got a bit annoyed with it happening with Samuel over and over again. But all in all, it was a cool feature and it really did, make the map even more creepy in my opinion. Then we've got the elevators, and while I think they could have been implemented better, made it more like 5 where you could call it and you wouldn't have to wait for it, that wait, makes you nervous. If you're down at the bottom and you're waiting for Juggernaut to come down, or you're waiting just for an elevator to come in any of those rooms, and you're like, come on, hurry up, I've got to go, the round's starting. And it was just that tension and feeling that is one of the greatest feelings in Zombies that you can only really feel at certain times on certain maps, and that is one of those times. And then of course, while you're on it and while you're going up or down, you're like, holy shit, hurry up, and it's going slow and it just gives you time to think, what am I going to do, which way am I going to go and all that. So while for gameplay reasons the elevators could have been a bit better, for atmosphere and for thematic reasons, I think it worked perfectly, the waiting there. So yeah, Dire Eyes is the creepiest map to me, and I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with it. For gameplay, I was a bit indifferent to it. For story, I hated it because it really didn't do anything at all. But for the atmosphere, I loved it. I'm sure most of you will disagree with my choice, so what was your most creepiest map? Or what was your most unnerving, most scariest? I will see you guys later. Cheers!